Good evening, all, and welcome. I'm Paul Shields. Once there was a land of cavaliers and cotton fields. It was called the Old South. In 1939, a theater audience here in Atlanta sat hushed and expectant as those words appeared on the screen and the first premiere of Gone with the Wind began. Tonight, Gone with the Wind premieres for the third time in Atlanta, and as always, there's an air of expectancy. Davisons invites you to stay with us for this third premiere and to join in a reminiscent look at the past premieres, the stars, the excitement, and the dignitaries. So for the next hour, won't you stay with us in this land of cavaliers and cotton fields? It was a rather brisk night, December 15th, 1939, 28 years ago, right on this very spot, that Gone with the Wind came to Atlanta for the first time in the greatest premiere the world has ever seen. Aside from that sweet, gentle lady who made it all possible, our beloved Margaret Mitchell, there is perhaps no other single individual more responsible for the beauty, the excitement, the history, and the memories of that night than our co-host this evening. He was mayor of Atlanta in 1939, and he's still active in the civic and social and business life of Atlanta. Mayor William B. Hartsfield. Mayor Hartsfield.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul. This is indeed history. 28 years ago, there took place in front of this theater what is still said to be the greatest premiere ever held in the world. It has never been equaled. A galaxy of stars, and I must say some of them are now gone. But this square had 15 or 20,000 people around it. It preceded a great day when Kay Kaiser's orchestra played at the auditorium to a standing room audience, and a great grand march at which the stars appeared. And the culmination was this spot here.
Does it bring back a lot of memories for you to be here tonight, 28 years later?
Yes, it does.
Of the major stars in the original film version, only Olivia de Havilland is now left. Jerry Pasenka talked with her about the motion picture classic.
What is it, do you think, about this motion picture in which you played years ago now that makes it the immortal story that it is, so well read and well loved all over the world?
Well, to begin with, you see, all peoples all over the world understand defeat because they've all experienced it. And this is a story of survival, Gone with the Wind, of defeat and survival. And naturally it has a universal appeal, and it has an individual appeal, too. And it is crackling with vitality, and the characters are so brilliantly drawn. It is, as someone said to me the other day in Europe, before I left to come here, it is indeed the film of the century.
Then, next to the premiere itself, the social event of the year occurred last night when some 1,200 leading social and civic leaders of Atlanta arrived at the Phoenix Ballroom in the Regency Hotel to dance to the music of Peter Duchin and to relive the moments of past glories. The traditional Southern theme was carried out from the Confederate soldiers and crossed swords to the flags lining the ballroom walls. The star of the evening was Olivia de Havilland, along with Mayor Ivan Allen, led the grand march. The mayor and I were just standing here reminiscing a little bit outside of Lowe's Grand Theater about the premiere in 1939. The mayor said that he went to the Tara Ball and he was in the box with many of the stars of the show, and Kay Kaiser was playing, and they threw the spotlight on his box, and he stood up, and what happened?
My white tie popped off.
You look fine tonight, though it hasn't popped.
Hadn't popped yet.
That's right. Now we're going to go inside the beautiful Lowe's Grand Theater for exclusive coverage of on-stage festivities, and for that story, here's TV5's Don Barber for Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer.
How long are they in there?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Don Barber, and will you forgive me while I make a minor adjustment? I have to remove the gloves because I, for one, intend to do quite a great deal of applauding this evening. And while I remove the gloves, allow me to take a moment to express my sincerest gratitude to the fine people of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, and especially to Mr. Judson Moses from right here in Atlanta, for affording me the honor of acting as your master of ceremonies for this evening. Mendacity and malice summed up the character of Jonas Wilkerson, which is only another indication of the tremendous versatility of the man who could be such a kindly individual in one of my favorite pictures of years ago, Smokey. I refer to Victor Jory.
Thank you. It is such a pleasure. This I can say with great feeling and great honesty and great integrity. You know, instead of feeling like a con man or a carpetbagger. It is such a pleasure always to be in our city. Now, I'm able to say our city because I've been here for every one of your parades on the 4th of July. True. WSB.
There was that terrifying moment when the vile, gross individual so capably portrayed by Paul Hearst broke into Tara. There were those two presumably defenseless women. Oh, how defenseless they were. This ailing, sweet creature made to go after him with a huge saber which weighed almost as much as she did, that gentle little lady with that kind of violence in mind. I suppose there's only one person who could have truly portrayed this person who has become a part of our lives. I need say no more to you than simply Melanie. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Olivia de Havilland.
How wonderful it is to be with you again in this theater where 28 years ago, on a December night in 1939, a great friendship was begun.
Stirring words from Olivia de Havilland. Most of the crowd is now gone, but the party isn't over. It's just beginning inside Lowe's Grand Theater. Mayor Hartsfield went in to get a good seat and relive a lot of memories. And you can't help but feel that now that Scarlett and Rhett and Melanie have come back to Atlanta, in a very real sense, our own beloved, gentle Margaret Mitchell is with us at home tonight. This is Paul Shields from Mayor Emeritus William B. Hartsfield from Lowe's Grand Theater in downtown Atlanta. Thank you for joining us. Good night all.
Gone with the Wind 3, the third premiere of the world's most honored motion picture, has been presented by Davison's, where exciting things are happening.